Welcome to this edition of Fuel for Thought. I'm your host, Guido Villoso. Today we're checking in on a growing concern for automotive procurement and planning leaders: structural tightening in the supply of DRAM chips that underpin modern vehicle electronics. DRAM suppliers are relocating capacity towards AI data center applications, where memory-intensive GPUs are absorbing a disproportionate share of manufacturing resources. The impact for automakers is higher prices, tighter availability, particularly for older generations of automotive-grade DRAMs. This shift is accelerating pressure on vehicle programs designed years ago, as suppliers gradually scale back investment and production in legacy memory technologies that many current platforms still depend on. We provided our analysis on how OEMs are navigating this landscape over the next several years in a recent webinar with Automotive News. This was titled Strategies for Navigating the DRAM Chip Shortage. In a departure from our regular interview format, today we'll play an excerpt from that webinar, featuring our expert Jeremie Bouchaud, Executive Director of SDV Autonomy and Semiconductors. We encourage you to register and watch the full session on our website. Thank you. And with that, over to you, Jeremie.
Let's have a look now at our views, how we think this situation is going to pan out here in the next 4 years. And we've got three axes here. I've got the price, supply, and then the risk to car production. So first, if we're looking at the price, I just mentioned the price of this older generation DRAM increased in average 70% compared to 25. We think it's going to continue to increase a lot, plus 30, plus 50% here in 26, another increase in 27. It's hard to tell how much the increase will be because it depends on supply and demand. We know the supply is not going to increase, but we know as well the demand is going to start increasing at some point as the industry is going to move to the newer generation. But again, brace yourself for further increase here on the price of this older generation. If you're looking at the supply, this year, we are actually quite safe. When we've been interviewing the DRAM makers, I'm quoting one of them telling us, if you pay the price, you're getting the volume. So basically, for 26, as long as the automotive clients are accepting a significantly higher price for their DRAM to come closer to what the DRAM makers could get from other industries, the volume are going to be there. So we are not expecting massive disruptions here in 26. However, we are more worried 27, 28, because then this is when we are starting, the major DRAM suppliers are going to start producing the volume. And while the capacity is increasing on newer generations here, it's not for LPDDR4. Important to notice as well, some new suppliers coming in China, but again, not for the old generation, more for the generation. So again, 27, 28, so some problems here on the supply. And then 29, 2030, we are expecting almost no supply anymore here for the old generation. So just for the tail of the demand, some bank of ties being placed, but basically the DRAM suppliers will have it done. So what's the risk to the car production? That's probably the number one question everybody has online today. So for 26, because of its price elastic supply, we are seeing only a moderate risk. And the main risk here is what we call the toilet paper effect. So as I mentioned before, we've seen this old reflex of customers trying to place orders sometimes twice, 3 times what they really need just to get hands of some DRAM. The big difference with 2021, though, is that the DRAM makers are very well managing this panic buying. We see them very, very much verifying what's the real demand on pushing back on inflated orders. So it means the toilet paper effect here is actually reduced compared to what we've seen in 2021 for the overall automotive semiconductor. The risk is more for 27, 28 for the older vehicle programs. So what we are seeing is the automotive clients are redesigning everything. For the new programs, they are already moving on to the new generation DRAM. LPDDR5, 6. The problem here is what we highlighted here with in bold. For the concern is for the tail of older programs which are still on LPDDR4. So designs which may started in 24, which are supposed to be still in production in 27, 28. These are the ones at risk here, we believe. And then by 2030, we expect we'll be back to normal. So that's good news, but it's still fairly far away. This is when the industry, we think, will have almost completely completed this transition here to new generation where the supply is safe. But overall, if we are reading the summary here at the bottom, our base scenario here is no significant disruption to the car production, unlike in 2021, because right now the suppliers are managing very well this panic buying effect. So we don't expect here that the shelves will be empty because somebody has bought everything. We are seeing vehicle pricing increase starting from the second half of the year. A number of OEMs I've mentioned it's going to happen. There could be some anecdotal disruption of production for older programs in 27, 28. But don't so far expect a massive disruption as we've experienced in 2021. This is our baseline for today, but as you've seen in the slide before, this is very dynamic and we continue to monitor it. So still, I would like to explain why the industry is panicking on its right to be concerned right now. So what I'm showing here on this slide is on the left and on the right. These are the top 10 processors or SoCs, or system on chips, which are used for the cockpit, for infotainment on the left, and for ADAS, autonomous driving on the right. So this is coming from our cockpit processor forecast on the left, and from our ADAS autonomy processor forecast on the right. And what we've done here is showing in the middle which DRAM they are actually specified for. And if you're looking at the top 10 cockpit SoC for 2026, all of them, 10 out of them, are actually using this older generation DRAM, which are going to be reaching end of life fairly soon. So this is very serious, and this is why we are calling the alert here. The industry needs to very rapid transition to the new DRAM. But if you're looking on the right here to the autonomous driving, it's not quite as bad, but it's still 8 out of 10 which are operating using this old generation. Only the NVIDIA chips here from this top 10, NVIDIA used not by the Chinese, but by Mercedes, for example, starting this year here, are using newer generations here, LPDDR5X, for example. So the value of DRAM in cars has shot up, as you can see here. It's increasing here from an average $40 here, 24 to more than $100 in 27. And you may remember I just mentioned before, the price is increasing 70%. 70% is really for the old generation. If you start a new program, the average is not growing as much because a lot of the orders are locked into long-term agreements in multi-year. So it means the average is not growing that fast. But still, the overall is growing very fast. What's important to understand as well, this is an average, but there is a huge difference here to the exposure depending on the vehicle segment. So we are showing here with the dotted line this average. On E on S, D on E vehicles are much higher. You see the E segment vehicle in 26 within the range of $100. It's about 5 times as much as the A segment. So it means here overall, the added cost here, if we're looking at the A segment, is not going to be massive. It's going to be maximum $1,000. And we don't think it's going to prevent any OEM from producing the car because of the cost. The OEM can absorb this kind of cost. We've seen that with the tariffs here. But again, really more important is for the premium segment, we are talking about sometimes hundreds of dollars here per car, when this starts to become a greater risk.